It's good to be back. We've been on timeout. Welcome to the Ashes to Rubies podcast and live stream. How are you feeling today, Miss Vicky?
Better.
Getting over your hurdles?
Yeah. I've been sick again.
We've been sick. Like we had the typhoid fever, flu.
We did not have the typhoid. We had like a Norwalk
rabies.
flu.
It was like rabies.
Stop.
Whatever it was horrible.
It was.
And so you're just bouncing back. Today you feel better?
Yeah.
What is your favorite sick food? I think I have the answer in my head, but what's your favorite sick food? I bought you some food. Not sure if you were happy with it, but yeah. What's your favorite sick food?
I don't know.
Like if you're on the couch
and you're like, this was a bad cold, so like I could eat other stuff. When I had the flu, there was no food.
There's no food.
There's no food.
I would have said your go-to sick food still would be
ginger ale.
Oh, ginger ale. Okay, I would have said salt and vinegar chips.
Oh, I always like salt and vinegar chips.
Yes. Didn't I buy you salt and vinegar chips? Yeah, I did. Did that make you feel better? Ooh, like when you're sick and you have the
Maybe
cold.
Maybe they make me feel normal.
What do you call it? The cold. We had the cold. Yeah, they make you feel normal.
Yeah.
And you like drinking tea.
Yeah.
You got the tea in you. You got the chips in you, and you're making a vital comeback.
I got a new creamy Earl Grey tea that I really like.
Is that because you what do you get? London Fog?
Yeah.
You're a London Fogger now.
Now that I'm off coffee.
Now that you're off the coffee, London Fog, which would be Earl Grey tea, which has bergamot in it, right? And Earl Grey tea plus steamed milk. Is that all it is? No vanilla, no nothing?
No, there's vanilla in it. It's very sweet if you get it at this
I feel like you're setting me up to be your barista for London Fogs. So you got the new tea. You're ready for a London Fog before I leave?
Yeah, I have to get it half sweet.
Half sweet.
The place.
What do they add that's so sweet?
Like a vanilla syrup.
Oh, they do? Okay. I just add pure vanilla extract. I'm one of those real coffee shops over here. All right. What else happened? Well, like, did you watch any good shows?
No, not really.
You don't really watch shows. We watched one.
Watched the clip of the. Oh, we watched a bit of a show, but we watched the clip that everybody saw.
The
Don't do that.
The slap.
Don't do that. You'll get in so much trouble.
You're not allowed to slap people. No, like
anybody.
So what's your thoughts on that? Like what was your thoughts on it?
Well, you can't hit people.
No, you can't hit people. No, it's so true.
We learned that when we're 5.
I think, like, at the beginning when I first saw the clip, because I didn't see it live, but I woke up to it. So
did you think it was staged?
I saw the clip, and these guys are like the giants of Hollywood. Like it's freaking Will Smith and
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. And it's like, I thought it was staged at the beginning. I didn't really understand the joke. I had to look into the joke. And I heard your voice. I heard Vicky say, jokes are funny. And I'm like, that wasn't a funny joke. And as a comedian, he messed up, I believe. And it wasn't a funny joke when you're making fun of somebody's health condition. That's not funny. And then it looked like it was staged. Like even the slap and the way he did it, it seemed.
But he's an actor.
He is an actor.
He probably doesn't know.
He learned it on set somewhere.
Right? He probably doesn't know how to actually like punch some guy out.
The funniest joke I heard was Chris Rock woke up to Fresh Prince on his face. It's still funny.
That's a funny joke.
I remembered my children. And as a man, I want to raise my children to defend themselves, protect themselves, to come to the rescue of others, chivalry, so to say. And I saw that in Will Smith, although it's not a good strategy for younger children. They actually get suspended from school. They actually have to go tell a teacher.
Do they?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I don't think I've ever been suspended when I was young. Hey, Cardinal. But my son has been in grade 5. He got in a little tussle, and I realized like you can't hit people. Like it doesn't matter what happened. As soon as you start hitting and slapping, then you get in trouble. And in real life, if you hit somebody, you can get a criminal
You can have
charge.
yeah.
Not that anybody watching knows anything about that. I might have had a few fights that I got charged. I got in a fight once with a cast on my hand, and I was the one that got charged just because I won. That seems unfair, seems unjust. But the reality is, you can't hit people. I think at first I thought it was staged, then I watched it over again, and then I realized that it caught everybody off guard. To see Chris Rock's reaction was very like, if that had happened to me, that's how I would react. Like, he didn't react like he was the pinnacle of Hollywood. He said what? Like, wow. Like
It took him a couple minutes to recover, but I thought he recovered well
I think he did
because he
well.
was on stage on live television at the Oscars.
And then Will Smith
What
dropped
are
the
you gonna
F-bomb
do?
twice. And it was very chivalrous. But at the same time, I don't think anybody that could have reacted in a way to usher him out could even do anything. I think they were all stunned. And then he got up and accepted the award like right after it. It was like, talk about adrenaline.
You gotta put out some apologies after that.
He did.
And he has.
Did you?
I don't think that's the end of it, but
I don't think they'll criminally charge him.
No, I don't
think
so
Mr.
either.
Rock would.
I don't think so either.
But
I'm just saying, I just don't think that's the end you'll hear of it.
You just, like, I think bottom line, you just can't hit people. Whether it's in a grocery store, at a traffic light, or in a public school.
I think that Chris Rock now has a lot of material.
I think
that's all I'm saying.
I think Chris Rock will be careful about his material because
no, I don't. Yeah, but I'm just saying he may not make fun of someone's medical condition, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing some Will Smith.
But
bits.
I've heard like acts that just like you're just like, wow, they're saying that, like, and it's like I think comedians think they can say anything, but then there's obviously a threshold and a line that you can cross. And I think that line was crossed when you're in a public place and you're making fun of somebody's physical condition, physical appearance.
And she's been public about it. It's not that he couldn't have known.
The comment was about G.I. Jane 2 because she has alopecia and her hair's falling out.
Yeah, and she's been public about her medical condition. So it's not like she just has a shaved head and no one knew why. It's not like she has a shaved head and we thought it was a style choice. I actually have a friend on Instagram who I went to high school with who rocks a bald head, and she's gorgeous. Like, she was a bit.
Stop.
She was in high school. I always thought she was extra stylish, like far more than anybody else, and so, and had lived in some other places, and so I thought that her bald head, like, she would wear scarves and things on Instagram, and I thought it was a style choice. And then one day she put out a thing talking about alopecia, and I was like, oh wow, thank you for sharing that. Like, I would have never said anything because I'm aware that there's a lot of invisible conditions, invisible disabilities, and there's a lot of visible conditions.
You've struggled with that your whole life.
I have eczema on my face, and people would comment on it. So I've learned you just don't have to comment on physical things.
You do not. No one has to comment on physical things. I am learning that in my old age, in my ripe old age, that I just don't have to even comment on, hey, wow, you look really
nice
good today.
Like,
or like anything, like even positive, like
even because of we work in recovery and we hear a lot of people's things that are going on. I've also learned not to make a big deal when someone loses a lot of weight or gains a lot of weight, or
there's a lot of body images in recovery. And then I was remembering we were walking in Walmart, and you had your skin condition that had broken out quite a bit, and I was walking behind you, and I heard a lady with kids walk by and go, oh, what's wrong with her face? And I was like, I look back and I'm like, I want to slap that person. Like, who says that? Like, who would even like even if you see something abnormal, like, why are you saying that out loud? Like, I just go slap somebody. So we I guess you can spiritually slap people without physically slapping people, but you just spiritually slap people, like Jesus said, turn the other cheek. You know, show honor and respect and love instead of reciprocating hate, because you're just going to get in probably more trouble, right? Revenge is never like, let's get even. It's always one up. So I give you that today. Slap a brother with your spirit, not your not your hand.
And that's a concept that we do talk about, is actually coming in the opposite spirit. So when someone does put, hate towards us, how do we respond in love? And I can't do that
or
of
jealousy or criticism or defensiveness. Yeah.
I often can't do that of my own power. I need God to help me to be able to do that.
That's really good. All right, it's the 3rd. Do you feel like you can read? Okay.
It's the 30th of March.
30th.
March is almost over.
Oh.
My old enemy, self-will, used to masquerade under rationalizations like this. Why do I need to lean on God and burden him with my problems when he has already given me the intelligence to think for myself? Experience has taught me that I couldn't make any headway by relying on my own devices to bring about the results I wanted. Nothing seemed to work out. Sometimes the results were disastrous. Of course, I didn't blame myself. I thought luck was against me, or God had let me down, or that my alcoholic was perversely unmanageable. Things just wouldn't go my way. Now that I know I need guidance and I am willing to accept it, things are improving as I improve. Today's reminder: I am not self-sufficient. I don't know all the answers. The answers I get, in fact, come to me as I keep myself receptive for them. Guidance comes from the group. Guidance comes from something maybe that I chance to read, and even from someone's word that providentially meets my need. God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble.
That's really cool. I was did a study of this in the morning already on a vision for you, and my sponsor was talking about that alcohol is a power greater than yourself. We need a solution from a power greater than ourselves. We need a solution from God, and we're powerless. And so the problem that I have has more power than me too. And I think so many times of this enemy of self-will, because I can be in self-reliant or God-reliant. And those are the two options. And we were talking about, even like it says, the masquerade. So it's like a trick that I go into self-will. And it comes out when I'm talking about surrender. Is surrender the activity that I do? If I had the power to surrender, then I would have done it before. Like, it's like, if I have the power to surrender, then I don't have the power to choose, because then I'm choosing what to do. How about forgiveness? Am I able to choose who to forgive, or am I forgiving because I've been forgiven? So if I accept the weight and power and authority of God in my life and over my life, then I get to be these things to the world around me. And I think my self-will comes of like, oh, I have to choose to forgive her right now. Like, I just have to choose to turn the other cheek. And often I don't. And so then I can get into self-will and self-reliance, and I can block God, because those things give the production of guilt and shame and resentment and fears. And that starts to be a driver in my life, the slave driver, and not the guiding light and love of God. It's so easy to do. It's like, I think that's the gift that we have, is that this is a daily assignment.
And I think the simple thing is just to start asking for direction, to start asking for power, to start, to just sometimes take a seat, like literally sit down and ask for guidance, ask for power.
Yeah, on page 13 of the big book, Bill talks about, when in doubt, sit and ask for direction. And it's like, and direction on how I can be a service to others and to God. And God's going to solve all of my problems. So I think that's what does it say at the end? God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. And we leave you with that psalm today. Go slap somebody spiritually, keep the peace, be of good behavior, and we will see you tomorrow. Oh, today at noon feel free to join us for our LifeLab noon meeting. Josh will be sharing. Do you know what the topic is? I don't either. Josh is a great sharer, so join us if you want to on Zoom, and we'll see you either later on today or